my God. He's a man on a mission. Where's the half? He needs a half one. Half. Another half. Half. There it is. Oh my. Do it. What a beast. It just goes down. Yeah. Now sit on it.
The three interviews in this episode can be regarded as the more or less typical Heroes Boys figures. They come from fairly good families, grew up enjoying all kinds of sports, and now they enjoy drinking and partying. School wasn't the best place for them to strive academically, and after high school, their path to the futures were not particularly clear. But they also aspire to live an exciting life, and they too pursue love as well as looking forward to a brighter future.
Hi, I'm Rohan, I'm 19. I went to Penno High School, got my mates here, you know. I enjoy sports. I don't know, going out on the weekend, chilling.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
What do you do now?
What do I do now? Right now I work at before and after school care, so it's holidays right now, but you know, it's a good job. It's a good job, I enjoy it.
Hi, my name's Joel, I'm 19, and as Rohan said, these are my mates. I enjoy sports, gaming, all that sort of stuff, going out with friends, socialising, and yeah, I work a different before and after school, but I work the same sort of job that Rohan works.
I'm Ty, I'm 19. As the same as these two, love sport, also work before and after school care, I work with Rohan, going out on the weekends, just spend time with everyone, it's lovely. So,
Rohan, can you talk about your family a little bit?
My family, hey? Got one brother, obviously, mum and dad. It's all pretty fine. They're actually away right now on holidays. They're in Perth, enjoying a holiday with my cousins and all that. I do family dinners every Sunday, like with, you know, the whole extended family, big group of cousins. So, you know, my family's, I'd say, a very close-knit kind of group of people, all get along, not really many problems. Yeah, it's all pretty good.
What do they do?
What do they do? My dad, I couldn't give you the exact job description to be honest, but he works with like radiation therapy machines.
Oh wow.
And my mum, she works, she like organises where the trucks go for like Caltech, like Ampol. So she does like, say a petrol station needs like a truck in one place, or like they need petrol somewhere, she organises all that. So she's pretty high up in Ampol. So
what's their ethnicity?
My dad's British, my mum Australian, so I'm just kind of, British Australian. Yeah.
You look a little bit different though.
I know, I do. I look very... So I look like there's something else, but I don't know. Okay. I couldn't tell you what happened, to be honest, but yes, mum's Australian, dad's British. So
maybe do a like genetic test or something.
My dad has, and there's nothing else.
No way!
There's British, Scottish, Irish, so just all the United Kingdom.
How interesting. What do you guys think? When you met Rohan for the first time, did you guys think that's an Aussie guy?
yeah.
I think it's just the summertime. When I tan a lot in the summer.
Or this hair, curly hair.
That as well. Actually, my dad had curly hair. There you go. So that's where that's from.
Okay. Have they always been quite well off financially?
Yeah. We've lived in this house since I was born. I've always lived in this house. I mean, it's had its renovations, but yeah, it's...
Did they go to the private school when they're growing up?
No, I think my mum might have. My dad actually dropped out in year 10.
Oh, okay.
So that's one. He became an electrician and then just moved up from there. But yeah, it's pretty cool.
How did they met?
I actually don't know how they met. I don't think I've asked.
Can you ask them tonight?
Yeah, I think just through friends actually, to be honest. Maybe at a bar, I think I've heard. But yeah.
Paulo's chat game. Paulo's chat game is strong.
Your family?
Alright, I got two very, very good parents. I got a brother, I have a dog, and then I've got my mother's side, which I see like 15 to 20 of them quite often, and then I've got like 60 or 70.
Wow.
Because just a lot of my family has like 5-6 kids each.
That's crazy.
My extended family's had like a lot of
What
children.
are they?
Like
ethnicity? What?
they're all it's just
Aussie?
pure
Oh, wow.
Australian, yeah. And then I don't see my dad's side.
Mm.
I only see a couple of them, but not most of them. Yeah.
What do they do? Your parents?
My dad's a software engineer,
Mm.
and my mum's an accountant, and so is my brother.
Mm.
So yeah, Sam, my brother's only just started being an accountant. Like, well, he only did 1 week before the little break that we have now. So yeah, they seem to enjoy their work,
Okay.
especially my dad.
Righto. You grew up this area?
Yeah. So I lived in a house like one street away for like until the end of year 6.
Okay.
But yeah, I've always lived close to
All
Rohan.
three of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Thai as well.
When I eventually moved in high school, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I lived on Dean Street, which is not that far from here, and then we moved to Boyd because it was a 1-story house, and that's what my family wanted. So yeah,
Okay. Thai?
Yeah, so I got a dad, a little brother, I got 2 older brothers, an older sister, I got mum. They're separated, so and I live here with Rohan and his family.
Yeah.
So yeah, dad's a cleaner. That's what he does. Mum doesn't work. Ethan dropped out last year. Still doesn't know what he's doing.
How
So,
come? Do you still talk to him?
yeah, I see him like a little. Try and get up there as much as I can, but I work down here, so it's a little bit hard.
He's up there.
But yeah, he's up there with dad, so yeah. But yeah, he's just not motivated enough yet. He's still just like, oh, I can just do whatever I want and it'll be alright. So yeah, that's kind of his go to life at the moment. Yeah.
Since when you moved to here?
Since when? I've been like on and off here since like year 9, but then like the last like year and a half, 2 years, it's been like nearly permanent. So
How come
Yeah.
you're so close with Rohan?
I don't know. Like, literally, his parents are like the same person. Like, yeah,
Wow.
we don't butt heads. Like,
Mm.
we give each other space. Like we live here, but like we just give each other space.
It's not like
So,
you know how if you were to stay over with like a friend, obviously they're going to be like, you know,
attached at the hip.
attached at the hip,
yeah.
or like, you know, if you go to your mate's house, you're going to be with them constantly. But it's just like like, you know,
We do
it's
it.
like family. You give each other space. Like
Yeah.
you're not constantly next to each other. Like, you know, you go get lunch and stuff, but then you go home. I'm not constantly sitting next to him. Like, I'll go do whatever I want. He'll go do whatever he wants. Like,
That's how it works. It works well. Yeah.
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 That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think in the 21st century, like, you know, I don't know how you guys manage that. It's really nice.
Yeah. It is good.
I think there's some beauty in this relationship as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely good friends.
Yeah.
What kind of influence your parents have on you?
I don't know. It's like they definitely, you know, big influence on your life. You know, your motivation, whatever you do. They definitely help you get to where you are. You know, I'm living here, obviously, rent free. You know, your parents keep you. Parents definitely keep you up for your younger years in your life. But I also think friends are a big influence at the same time as well. Like, yeah, I think in high school and stuff, you learn a lot from the people that you hang around with. So maybe I'd say more. Yeah, I don't know. Parents are definitely a big influence on who you are, but also your friends at the same time. What you do, just general, motivation, who you are, I guess. Yeah, parents have a big influence on that.
Okay. Joe Pui?
very positive. It can be positive and negative.
Can you talk about those both?
Positive, just like, you know, getting me up, like, you know, make sure like I'm doing my best at all times. Negative can be like, you know, you fight a lot.
Oh.
I butt heads with my mum.
I think that's
I think Bicker's.
I think I'm in
Big
agreement
up.
with that. There's a lot of like
Yeah.
you do, like when you're at this age, you argue with them a lot because they're I know it's like a good thing because they want you to succeed, like they want you to do better. But you know, if I disagree with it, I'm going to argue about it. Like I'm going to big up because, you know, I'm trying to figure out stuff on my own, at the same time. So yeah.
Is that like usually the main arguments? What is it about? What do you argue about?
It can just go from nothing to. It just escalates, I guess.
You haven't done your chores on time.
That's what. Yeah, like if I don't do the dishwasher, like I'll somehow end up in like, what are you going to do with your life? You know.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think that's a lot of people, to be honest with you, around this age at least. Definitely the time you need to sort out your life. Yeah.
And what were your time? What kind of influence your parents have on you?
Well, yeah, alright. Well, Dad, extremely hardworking, so definitely glad that I've got that. And then on the other side of things, I got my mum, mainly like negative things, like bad influences, like growing up, like alcohol, drugs, etc. So like that wasn't good. But I'm lucky enough that I had an amazing sister, so like looking up to her, she's kind of been like my mum role model. So and she's hardworking. She like will do anything for me. So
How old is she?
yeah, she's 28.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So just a big gap.
yeah, big gap. Yeah,
Is it all from the same parents?
same dad.
Oh.
Yeah, same dad, different mum. Yeah, so half siblings technically, but we'll just say brother and sister. Just yeah, makes it easier.
I see.
Yeah.
Are they ambitious for you? What's the expectation?
I don't think it's like a expectation as is like, because I feel like they would say expectations more like pressure. Whereas they would definitely want me to succeed. Like I think all parents want their kids to do well, you know. I think there's not pressure, but it's like, you know, you definitely want to do well with your life. So I mean, I think that's also like the same with me, though. I think that I should do well in life as well. So it's like, you know, your parents just push that. Your parents push you to be your best.
Okay.
So, you know, good expectations.
Paul?
My parents are both very smart people, and they believe that like I'm a lot smarter. Like I just don't like at the moment. I don't really have like a passion that I want to push towards. So right now I'm just working, and until I find what I want to do, I don't put in anywhere near the amount of effort. They believe that once I find that, I'll be great at it, but I haven't really found that at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like the same. Like Dad just wants to see me succeed in life. So yeah, so he doesn't really like push me too much because he knows kind of like I can do that myself. So like he's there if I need help, I know I can go to him. But yeah, he just wants to see me do well. So yeah.
What are your feelings towards your parents now?
Good. Yeah, there's no problems. I think, you know, that, they don't push me but, you know, they want me to, as I said, they want me to succeed, but the relationship's good. Like, there's no issues,
John, for you?
It's like it's a lot better than it was.
So what was like?
I don't know, like teenage years especially. Like I just didn't talk to them much.
Really?
I don't know.
How about recently?
I grew everyone grows up. Like, I grow up, realize that they're a lot more important to me than I was letting on, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's a thing. You know, most like middle teens. Sorry, I jumped in, but yeah, most middle teens, like 16, I reckon you rarely talk to your parents. You kind of just want to stay in your room.
Wow, really?
That's what I felt like. I just want well, I mean, COVID happened as well, though.
Especially with like technology, how it is
that's
now. It's so easy.
Because I just go in my room and play video games the whole time if I want. But I mean, as Joel said, you realise that like you got to actually talk to people. Talk to your parents.
I think we can all agree. We went from like the age of like 12 to like 15, and we used to always go to the park, kick a soccer ball after school. Like we do all that, and then you get like 15, 16, and we were like sitting in our rooms playing Xbox. Like it was just
I think
like
in the holidays, probably like 12 hours a day.
Yeah,
it's still good fun, but like you probably should get out more.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up on things now. So yeah.
Okay, what about you? Your feelings towards your parent, your mom and your dad?
Yeah, absolutely. I love my dad. Love everything he's done for me. He's done a lot, so that's awesome. I don't hate my mom. Never say that I hate her, but things she's done, I don't like. And until like I see an improvement in that or see help, that she's been getting. I don't really want anything to do with her. So that's why I kind of like lean to like my sister. So like she's like my mother figure, and obviously Rowan's mum. I've got two wonderful mother figures that like I've grown up around. So yeah, which yeah.
So you don't talk to your mom as much?
Nah, I haven't spoken to her in 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your sister, do you communicate with her often?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Ambitions. Yeah.
ambition,
in,
hey?
in your life. What would you like to achieve? What would you like to do in life?
I definitely want to travel. You know, I want to see the world more. I'm pretty well travelled already, to be honest. That's definitely one of the things I can thank my mum and dad for. They've got me well travelled. You know, I've been to quite a lot of places, but I definitely want to do things by myself. I think it helps you grow and develop. But yeah, I guess I just want to succeed. I don't want to be lazy or sit around, because right now I'm not doing that. I'm working, but I'm in the same as Joel. Like, I don't have any like path that I'm really passionate about or like want to drive towards just yet, because I'm definitely still young, so I've got time, but it's one of those things that I want to find. So that
Joe, for you?
Yeah, as with Rohan, I've gone to a lot of places, but I want to go to Europe and all that. And just as far as overall in my life, I want to be happy within my job. I want to be happy within my family. I just want to be like, overall, when I look back, when I get older, I don't want to have regrets about not doing this, not doing that, not giving enough.
Okay.
So ideally, I'd want to have like my own soccer company.
Okay.
So there's a thing like back when we were growing up, it was called Kickstart, and now it's called Kano. But hopefully, in a couple of years, once like I progress, I can kind of like take over that, and I'd like to start my own thing, which it's heading in the right direction, which is good. Ideally, I'd want to be able to take my dad overseas, so that's high up there. And I think I've spoken to Rohan and Arsha and Caleb about this, but like buying my first home before 25, which honestly in our day and age, it is such a hard thing to do. But yeah, that's like, it's up there. So yeah,
25.
Yeah, so I got 5 years, 5 years, 5 and a bit.
So have you asked where does your dad wanted to go overseas?
He would. So ideally, a trip for him would be to Queensland first, because he loves fishing. He'd love to do that, but I just want to spoil him at the end of the day. So yeah, wherever, if I was like pick one spot, there we go. So yeah,
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, there are a few people actually. They told me about buying a property.
Yeah.
At early age, early 20s.
Yeah.
You are the third person who mentioned that.
Yeah. It's not spoken enough, I reckon, yet, because like we're only 19.
Exactly.
We live with our parents or whatnot. Like, I reckon 90% of people that wouldn't be paying anything.
No, yeah.
So living like free, you're working, you're earning your own money, but it's hard to save up for a house. Like, it's very expensive. So yeah, but if you've got the right mindset, if you're good with your money and everything, and kind of like you understand a little bit about it, the right time to buy and everything, and it's not out of reach. So yeah.
What does success mean to you? Success, having a successful life.
A nice family, good job, stable, just happiness in general. As Joel said, look back, be like, I don't have any regrets. I did everything that I wanted to do. I had a family, just general, happiness, no regrets. When I look back, I'm like, I did that right.
Okay, we're gonna get into the family soon. Okay, but Joe, for you?
Success. Success can be like measured in different ways, I guess. I mean, measured through
your definition of success.
My definition, and I think as like, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. That's the type of thing I want to have. I want to like find that sort of passion for a job.
Okay.
And I feel if I'm happy within my job, then I can be more happy within other parts of my life, which to me is success.
yeah,
Time?
kind of going off what they said, just making sure I'd love everyone, like my family, my friends around me, happy. I'm happy, like with the job that I would be doing. Yeah, a lovely home, just like, yeah, kind of just what they both said, just going off it.
What other obstacles do you have or experience struggles, obstacles you experience right now in your life?
I wouldn't really say any, to be honest. I don't think I have, like, as I've said, I'm in a good position right now. You know, the only obstacle would be finding out what I want to do, finding that job, as the Joel said. You know, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. I haven't found that career path yet, that job. But otherwise, I'd say there's not really many obstacles. I'm living at home, working, hanging out with my mates. I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul?
I think with me it's more mental than physical obstacles.
Anything?
I guess it's just like physical obstacles. I live in a great family. My parents are very comfortable with all money and stuff. But I guess it's just more self-doubt, anxiety, stuff like that. I guess.
Okay.
That's my real reason why, like, sometimes I don't do as good as I can do. It's purely on me. And, like, you know, beating yourself up about it isn't going to help, but, you know, sometimes you gotta, like, look back and, like, think, like, what could I have done better? Like, how can my thought process be more positive next time? And it just goes for all aspects in life, whether it's sport, whether it's getting a job, whether it's anything.
So do you think you are often thinking quite negatively?
Yeah.
What is that like?
I think it's more like pessimistically. I think like I just believe in, like, I don't really think I can, like, so, like, a lot of, like, I try and stay positive, but, like, I don't know, I just, like, I always think, like, the worst situation for this and that, and that gives me the self-doubt, and it doesn't help you, but it's like it's hard to push out, I guess.
Coming from a family that, like, wasn't really well off either way, so that's always, like, a bit of a struggle growing up, and things that happen around me that kind of, like, I had to grow up a little bit faster and deal with a little bit of things, like, before I should have had to, but yeah.
Right. Johan, would you like to get married one day?
Pardon?
Would you like to get married one day?
Yes.
Okay, how many
hope so.
How many children?
2 or 3, no more, no less.
No less.
I don't want one kid. I reckon that's, I don't know, I feel like one kid, they don't get that social, I don't think they're as socially constructed as well, to be honest. It sounds, you know, I actually don't know many people who are only kids, to be honest. But
Also on that, I feel like the kid can get coddled as well by the mother or the father. So I feel like the kid just, like, he or she's used to getting what they want because
By the job.
yeah.
And you think that's the bad thing?
I think it can be a bad thing.
Yeah. Especially growing up, like, because then you're not as independent.
yeah,
Not as independent in a way, because you've relied on your parents, and your parents have given you everything because you're one child. But that could, depending on who the parents are at the end of the day, that doesn't have to be it, but, like, depending on who the parents
I
are.
also think an older sibling can be a role model as well. You learn from your older sibling.
Can be.
Yeah.
Can be okay, but you still, like, learn from them.
Good things or bad.
Because, like, even if,
Yeah.
say, you know, you have your times where you're like, oh, I hate my brother, or stuff like that, when you actually don't, but, like, you know, if he does something stupid, you're like, well, I'm not going to do that.
It depends. Yeah.
You can learn from
It does.
Personal experience?
But no, it does depend. Like, you could have grown up with an older sibling and gone, he's done that, why can't I do it? Like, that happens. So yeah.
So for you?
Yeah.
Married? Children?
At least 3.
Oh wow.
I don't know, it's just this thing with, it's called a mother's group, right? It's like with my family, you know, Lauren's family and Caden's family, they all had 3 children, right? and me and my brother only 2 kids. So I've always subconsciously wanted to have like a little brother or a little sister.
Oh.
Because I wanted them to be friends with Lockie and Kayla, who are the youngest siblings in those families.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to have 3 kids when I'm older.
Yeah, love to get married and 2 or 3 kids. Yeah, I think that's just like perfect number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you believe in love?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, find the right person.
Alright.
It's definitely a possibility, 100%.
Topoi, you believe in love?
To an extent.
To an extent. Tell me about it. What do you mean to an extent?
I don't know. I don't really believe in like the one thing. I feel like the one you could be they could be living in a complete other country and you never know it. I feel like it's more about timing. It's more about meeting like new people and all that. But yeah, I don't think I think there's someone out there for everyone, but you may only ever meet that person.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
you might settle for someone else that may not fulfill what you feel you think what love actually means. But at the end of the day, no one wants to be alone.
Like percentage, like the chance of you are meeting that person in your lifetime.
1%.
I was going to say, it's going to be a
gonna be
low
like
number, low
ridiculous.
percentage
As you
chance.
said, it could be anybody over the world. Like,
I think there's a lot of people that are similar. There's a lot of people that have similar traits to what you think how you want to be treated in a loving relationship. But yeah, I think everyone will meet that a lot. Like most of the time, people do meet who they want to be with. But
Yeah.
you know, it can happen at any time. Like people get married as late as ever.
Yeah.
Like some
I
people,
agree.
some people like high school sweethearts. That's not very often, but like 20s to 30s, that's like
Yeah.
the usual time.
No, I agree with you about the one thing. I don't think that's like a...
1%.
No, I think like finding the one, I don't think that's... You can find like, you know, you find a person who you're like, I really love, like you love that person. But as Joel said, the one, if there's one out there, the chance is 1 in 8 billion, as he said.
yeah, I believe in it. Not really much else to say. They sort of said it all, but yeah, I believe in it.
Let me start from you then this time,
Yeah.
okay? So, when you say you believe in love, okay, so what do you believe then?
What do I believe in?
Yeah.
Well, growing up not with like a mum and dad that like love each other, so like I've kind of like experienced the not so like that, but then watching my older brother, he recently engaged to his partner, and like kind of like watching them grow up and like spend time together. They do everything together. Like, they bought their first home together, and it's kind of like just you find the person, you smile, you spend time with them, and I don't know, you just grow up with them, I guess. But yeah.
And you too, so when you say you believe in love, what kind of love do you believe in?
Good
I don't
question,
know.
eh?
That's a very good question. That's a hard one to answer. What kind of love? Well, I think it's like a connection thing, I guess. Like if physically, emotionally, I think it's all about connection. I mean, as he said, like his brother and fiance, like my cousin just got married a few months ago, and like they had been together for 7-8 years out of high school. So yeah, just getting married, and instead, I think that's they're in love. Yeah, 100% they are. So I don't know. I would say it's all about connection, all about how you spend your time with that person, how you feel about that person.
It doesn't always have to be romantic love. It can be platonic. It can be anything like that. I mean, I think love is more like an equal, like if you're talking about romantic, it's like an equal partnership, I guess. It's just treat that person the way that you want to be treated. And that goes for all relationships. I feel like as long as you're putting your best foot forward, there's nothing you can really do. If the person is really in love with you, as long as you're both putting in that 50-50, I don't see why any relationship can't work.
Okay. So now we're talking about majorly focusing on romantic love here right now. Okay. So I'm gonna ask question. If yes, you're gonna raise your hands. Okay.
Yeah. That's cool.
This is gonna be fun, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you ever been in love? Okay. Hands up. The kind of the love that you described and you talked about. Has anyone loved you the way that you just imagined? Hands up. Okay, down. Right. So, what is it like to fall in love, Paul?
I don't know. It just your mood is just it's your mood. You just changes. Like I don't know. Like just every day you wake up and you're a happier person for it. Like you wake up, they wake up before you, get a good morning text. Like it's just simple stuff like that. Like I don't know. It's just like if when I like. Yeah, when you look at like anything like they do or like just their mannerisms or anything like that, you're always happy. Like there's nothing you got kind of blindsided in a way by anything else because you're in love with that person.
So that person did not respond in a similar intense of the...
For a certain period, like for quite a while, yeah. I don't know. We just
Things change.
things change. Yeah.
You
grow
know,
up.
you
Yeah.
know, you know.
I mean, it was very young, so it's
Yeah.
like I'm a completely different person than I was when I was 15, 16, and so was she. So
Would you reckon that was the best experience of your life?
yeah, definitely.
Alright. So what is it like to being?
Not gonna lie, I totally forgot we talk about romantic love.
Yes.
So I raised my hand just to talk about how I smiled because of Dad and my family. So
When he asked the question, I was actually going to ask, like, is it parents? Because you do feel love
yeah,
from your
so
parents.
that's why I raised
No,
my hand.
but it's romantic.
That's why at the
Yeah.
very beginning
Yeah.
I mentioned we were talking
Yeah,
about the
that's
forgot
why.
about
That's why I
that.
didn't. That's why I didn't put my hand
So I
up.
did raise my hand, but it was for
Okay,
like
alright.
the family kind of side of thing, always making me smile and
Right,
that
right.
kind of thing. So yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. Alright, so that's alright. So what about the pain in love? Have you ever experienced the pain in love?
Pain.
Yeah.
Heartbreak.
Like you, not heartbreak, but you're in love, but you're not able to obtain that love, so you suffer from it.
I don't think so.
Oh wow.
I don't think so. No, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say so. Yeah.
So you never confess to your love, not just asking girls out, like confess your feelings to someone else. Your strong affections.
Not particularly.
Okay, time? You haven't done that?
Yeah,
You have?
yeah,
So have you experienced the pain in love?
yeah.
So what is it like?
Oh,
Talk about the pain this time.
so going off what he said before, when you like, if you have that person and you wake up every morning, you good morning text, like the smile, like your mood changes. It's like the complete opposite. Like, say you've tried like so hard to like get this person to like you, and like it doesn't work out. Or say like you guys have been talking like back and forth, and just either like one of you grows up or like one of you moves on, and like just all of a sudden like it changes from going like texting that person or being with that person like most of the time to like not. It's a shit feeling. Like you wake up, you don't really want to do anything, kind of like don't really want to talk to anybody else, kind of just want to be like by yourself. Like, yeah, a lot goes through your head really. Like you kind of just want to be sitting down by yourself and just a lot running through your head. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Johan, what kind of the quality do you think you're looking for in your future partner?
I don't know, just someone, as I said, that I can build something with. Like, you know, someone that would care for me, but obviously, you know, both ways. Like, you gotta find someone, as I just said, connection, like, someone that I'm like, yeah, I build this life, they give, like, same energy, you know, goes both ways, all that kind of thing.
Joe Pui?
I guess someone that just like doesn't care about your flaws, and you embrace their flaws, and those small things you don't care about because you're so madly in love with like everything about this person that it just like wouldn't matter, like the quality of the relationship, like there's no insecurities, there's no secrets. It's like when you get married, it's like signing like a contract, like a life contract, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone that's someone that's gonna be there and like raise a family with me, because like I didn't have that with mum and dad, so like someone's gonna be there with me raising a family, and it's just gonna work out. It's gonna be perfect. So yeah.
This guy has a big ambition. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think your parents could have been able to send you to private school?
No.
What time?
No.
Wait. is
Your
this
your parents could have sent you to the private school.
Oh,
Okay. Hands down. Okay, I can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably
ours
could have.
definitely could have.
Quite easily.
Quite easily.
I've been offered it multiple
Yeah,
times.
I was going to go to Oak Hill, but I
Okay.
didn't.
So why didn't you go?
It was actually just too late. Like I went for the interview and everything, and
Did you pass?
well, I'm pretty sure it's a Catholic school, and I'm not Catholic, so I was like put in line, but I was high in line obviously, because then a kid dropped out or something, and they were like, oh, would you like to come? But it was probably 2 days before I went to year 7, so my parents had kind of already organised for me to go to Penno. I had all the school uniform and stuff, and I was just like, well, no point going to Oak Hill now.
Wow. So this is like a possibly life-changing.
Could be completely different.
Far out.
Well, I wouldn't know.
No, these two boys sitting instead.
Wouldn't have known Thai, so yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
And Paul Joey, why didn't you go?
I was supposed to go to William Clark. I don't think it's somewhat private. I don't know, but my brother refused, so I got to go to Penno with him. But like even like throughout the years in high school, like if you ever want to switch to any private school, like you can. But I like had my core group, and at the end of the day, if you put in the effort, you can still get what you want out of school.
So do you think that people go to private school can have much better chance in terms of being successful in our society?
In a way, yeah. Like, but the amount of percent of like people that are already out of private school that will succeed and be like hardworking, nowhere near as much as like going to a school like Penno. The amount of hard workers that you get out of Penno that will succeed in life. So yeah, I think that's a massive difference, because you go to a private school, you've got the teachers are the best, like everything you've got at that school is the best, but you've all their life they probably had everything like given to them. Where like we went to Penno, like I'm sure I could name 10 shit teachers that worked there, or like things that could have been better. But there will still be 10 times more hardworking people that come out of Penno than a private school.
You get a different, like you get a drive, like as I said, everything is the best at the private schools.
Okay.
And like as Ty said, you're given a lot of things. So I think that the people who aren't given as much or come out of like a school like Penno's not a bad school. I wouldn't say that. I would say like, as Joel said, if you try, if you do whatever you do, like you're going to succeed either way. I think it's all down to people's motivation and drive when it comes to school. Resources do help, but as Ty just said, when people have things handed to them, they have no drive. So they get out of school and then they could be lazy. Whereas there are a lot more people who don't have everything. They work harder for what they get.
Joe Poi, what do you believe?
I believe that a lot of private school kids, like the really upper class kids, no matter what they do in school, like their dad owns a business.
That's what I think they can succeed based on connections.
They can waltz into an easy job without any qualifications, but that's like top tier. That's like the top class of kids that would just have everything handed to them until the day they die. But I think for the other kids, I think there could be more opportunities. I guess for maybe certain job places, they look at a resume, maybe like, oh, they went to a private school, this kid went to a public school. Why don't we take the kid from the private school? I think those are like the margins that can sometimes hold people that went to public schools, but other than that, there's not much of a difference between public and
private schools have
private.
better names, as Joel said. They'll take someone who's been to like, say it's like similar qualifications. Maybe even the person who went to, say, Penno has better qualifications, like the name Knox on like a resume, or they know you've been to Knox, you know, they can still take you over. As well as Joel said, people higher up, like those kids have connections everywhere.
Do you have any personal experience encountering with them that felt, oh, they're a bit different?
Well,
yes.
I have a lot of mates who, like, a lot of our mates have been to private schools.
Okay.
Like, we have mates that go to private schools, and I don't think it sets them any different, to be honest. As I said earlier, I think it's all on friend influence. If you are partly who you are because of your friends and who you hang around with, as you said earlier, like, as we said in the introductions, all of us like sport, all the rest of our mates like sport, like our whole group. It's not only based on sport, but we all like the same things, and that's why we're mates. So I think if you've got a group and you're like, oh, that guy's a dickhead, you know, not everyone in this group might be, but you're probably going to find people who are similar to him, and if you don't like them, then you don't like them.
Okay. Ty,
Yeah.
do you have a particular experience in terms of encountering with a party with them, or like especially if you're doing sports, like you might do some sports with them together against each other, and then you notice that a slight difference or something?
Yeah, there's always like that slight difference, but
Tell me about it. Yeah.
as I was saying, like the amount of mates I've got or I've played sport with that have come from private schools, there's like, it just depends, as Rohan said, like who your friends like are. Like if you hang around guys that up themselves, that are just think they're on top of the world, that go to a private school, you will turn into that, which yeah, just shit. Honestly, that is the worst type of person you could be. But yeah, from the friends that I've got, they're like no different from us.
Okay. Right now, if you have a children, would you like to send them to the private school or would you send to public school?
Well,
I don't think I'd send them to a private school either.
no, not from my experience, especially not being able to afford it in the first place. I still think like public school's the way to go.
Okay, why do you send?
So I think part social aspect, part, as Ty said, friends, like, you know, the friends there, as he said, if they get into the wrong group of just dickheads, you know, you're not gonna be too happy about that. And then, I mean, you can't control what they do at school.
Okay.
So, but I just think, I think I wouldn't send them because I think there's better. You get more experience in public school as well. I think you experience a lot more. There's a lot more to learn from. Because in a private school, it's like a bubble almost. You know, it's like this own thing where, you know, you don't realise any mistakes you could make or all this and that. I think as time, like there are a lot of people in the private schools who are, you know, up themselves. They're going to get out into the real world and get a job, and they're going to be, you know, they're not going to be the highest up there, and they're not going to like it when they're told what to do or all this and that. But yeah, I think as well as like all boys and all girls schools as well, like most private schools are either one of the two, really. Yeah, I think that's, you know, you should be able to talk to everyone, you know, not just a group of boys, and that's why I think they get so crazy, some of the private school kids, because they're only hanging out with the same gender.
I think co-ed's a lot better for all kids.
No, why did you want to send the kids to?
Why wouldn't you want to?
The only reason I would send one of my kids to a private school is if I had the money, and if my kid was struggling in an education sense, and I felt that me, like as a parent, was doing an injustice by sending him to a public school. That's the only time I would send a kid there. But if they're okay socially, okay education wise, I just don't see a reason why you would need to send them to a private school. I feel like, especially some like the higher end ones, I feel like it's getting to a point where it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
Like, I think Kings is like 40 grand right now for year 11 and year 12. I think that's outrageous
Yeah,
for just a year of schooling.
Exactly.
I don't see the benefit in it unless my kid was struggling.
And I don't think the experience is that much. Like,
I don't think
it's so much more of an experience when you have to spend so much more money. It's very, very silly.
So you all believe that we can change our class?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's how hard you work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
So
about hard work.
and coming from like public school, like we're
Okay. So how many people were worse off than their parents, and then going down from where they are, start from with their parents? Number, Johan, give me a number, percentage.
I don't know. I'm thinking. Go down, hey? Maybe like 20%, I reckon.
30.
I was at 10-15%.
50%,
Yeah.
okay. Did you work growing up during the high school time? Part-time job?
Not really, no, to be honest. Like, I don't know, yeah, not particularly. I was like, I did here and there things, but I never really had like a
Like
job
Macca's
part-time. No, I never
No.
did that, no.
job for you?
Yeah, somewhat. I had a job at Hungry Jack's like a year and a half.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, okay.
How was
It was an experience that you take away in your life, I guess, but can't say that I want to work in fast food again.
No way.
It's terrible.
I did basketball reffing actually, I remember that. I did some basketball reffing for a while.
So how long?
A few years, maybe? Yeah,
Were
probably
you
like
good?
no, I was a terrible basketball ref, I'm not going to lie about it. But, you know, as Joel said, it's not something that I enjoyed that much. Like, I wouldn't go back to it. It was very, I don't know, I didn't find it too entertaining, really. I think it also depends maybe on your ability as well. Because if you're, you know, you're a better player, you're thinking you're better than everyone else, you're thinking this ref has made this call against you, you're angry. Like in soccer, I'd say we're all pretty alright at soccer, you know, everyone gets a bit angry at the ref.
Yeah. That's not fair though.
Oh no, it's definitely not fair. I mean, I wouldn't say it was our team, but when we were playing 18s together, there was actually a referee strike because people were giving them too much abuse.
Yeah. I feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, no good.
What the experience is so bad you say, I will never work for the food industry, fast food industry.
It's just like you can't like unless you've worked it, like you wouldn't understand. I guess you wouldn't understand in a way. I just like the going home on like a Friday night, like a 3, like straight from school, like 11 o'clock finish. I just smell like shit, and I've just had like the worst like afternoon like in like a while. It's just like and the manager there, like 2 months after I quit, he got arrested for sexually assaulting two of the 16-year-old workers. He was never a good bloke, and then there was a couple of the workers that thought they were managers and just used to try and micromanage me and like all like the younger workers, and it's just overall I just don't think it's a very good experience, but I guess it's a learning curve at the end of the day.
So what did you learn?
Well, I learned I don't want to work there, but either way, like you get a job, there's gonna be people you don't like, and as you grow up, you're gonna have to realize that not everyone's gonna like you either, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. And you gotta think about someone else but yourself. You gotta think about your family. You gotta think about, yeah.
That's premature thinking though. Joe boy grew up. Not the boy who plays game all the time, checking the ball. Oh no, not anymore. And Ty?
I did soccer reffing, and just before I finished in 12, I worked at like a pool manufacturing company.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, did for ages.
How was it?
Yeah, it's really good money. So yeah, it was, yeah.
Did you also went to the strike as well?
Pardon?
As a referee?
Yeah, I was a referee.
Did you went for strike?
No.
Okay. Did people abuse you a little bit?
Oh yeah, people all the time.
It was me.
Abuse you. Yeah, people. Yeah, like, and it's ridiculous that most of the time, because most of the time I ref like young kids, their parents on the sideline.
Oh.
Yeah, you get
That
all
is the worst. Like their kids growing up hearing that, it's not what you want. So
What did you do? So swearing at you?
yeah, it's just swearing at me, like showing up with the wrong call and everything, and like blah blah blah. And yeah, at the end of the day, I'm the referee. What I say goes. So yeah, he can, more than happy for him to come up and have a chat to me afterwards. Be like a bit more of an adult about it, but don't like abuse me while I'm trying to do my job. So yeah.
Sibling together.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
What happened to your voice?
I don't know. Partying.
Party.
Yeah,
It's a big party.
big couple of days. So yeah.
I'm surprised that Joe Poi took interest in our documentary. Would you like to see yourself in the future, like 7 years, 14 years?
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. Pretty so good. Are we doing all three of us at once?
Yeah, it's muted.
Actually, I like the whole body one actually.
Yeah.
Because it's really quiet, so I can catch all of the sound. So I'll be. This is good.
Yeah, I'm on my feet.
No, it's okay. Why not? Oh, come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
You can't get the dogs can't be out, eh?
Oh my gosh, boys.
Best I can do is slides.
No, come on. We live in Australia. Oh, Johan, no, you don't have to. That is cute, but yeah. I like how you guys taking it slightly more seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not, especially my feet aren't just actually, they might not actually be in it. Are they in it?
There we go.
Partially.
Okay.
Just come on.
I can go up.
Nah,
a bit.
No, it's
I can
alright.
go up. Oh, this is fun, like doing 3 people together. Right?
You had experience of doing 3 people before, have you?
No, this is the first time. we did 2 at the same time,
Yeah.
but usually it's one person was the main one, and then the other one is like supporting a little bit, and then
Yeah.
add some comments later on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
But